Gonna talk a little bit about the meme beer today. They released another commercial, and YouTube loves hiding the dislike button because they claim it gives PTSD to the content creators, right? So we do not want Bud Light to suffer from emotional distress. But what I can tell is that when you have 9.5 million views on a commercial and only 226 likes, it's not good. It's not good. I don't need to see the dislikes, although there are certain add-ons that you can put to your browser and you can see the dislikes. From what I gather, there are not that many. Last time I checked, there were in the order of thousands, which is even worse news because it means people can't even bother giving a dislike. The engagement is so low to the point where people can stay disinterested longer than Bud Light can stay solvent. And of course, how can it not be complete without comments receiving disabilities? This is a really good sign when you have a commercial, which is literally something you pay money to get people to talk about, and you give comments disabilities. I mean, Bud Light is the master of commercials. Even I, from Romania, get to talk about them because of a commercial that they did. And I would like to sum up what they did wrong for those of you who tuned in a little bit late. It's not that they hired Dylan Mulvaney. That's the number one issue. Although that did antagonize a couple of people because that person is very controversial. I mean, there's other transgender people that you can hire. They do exist, but for some reason, I don't know why, Dylan Mulvaney is making the rounds to a lot of other companies. Tampax, Nike, to name but a few. I think there's another one, a makeup company. I don't know why this particular individual, but okay. Fine. So that was one of the things that they did wrong, but the second thing they did wrong is having their marketing director in an interview saying that, oh, well, the people that drink Bud Light, they're fratty, and they're out of touch. Just being antagonistic towards the customer, that doesn't really work. So they're now the first company within 10 years that's trying to cater to conservatives. Usually, the way marketing is made in America is that you upset conservatives and you cater to the left. And this generates buzz on social media. Because you're banking on the fact that the conservatives are powerless, they do not have any institutions on their side, they cannot gatekeep. And as such, by being antagonistic towards them, they are going to fight back. And the left is going to defend you, and you're generating buzz on social media, you're generating traffic, you're generating comments. It's basically like if I were to hire Dylan Mulvaney to promote my channel, and they would make an ad, and they would promote my videos, and when people would say that my channel is bad, and that I have a squeaky voice, and they don't understand I'm like, it's because you're transphobic. Clearly, my channel is flawless, it's perfect, right? And this is how it's the way to do American marketing nowadays. Very progressive. Yeah, so you don't care about the product at all. The product doesn't even matter. But what Bud Light did even worse is they got their CEO out in order to... I don't even know what they did because, some people call it an apology, but there was no sorry over there. It was just, we didn't want to be controversial. And we employ a lot of people, so if you heard us, you heard them. That was kind of the vibe. And that pissed off the left as well. Because the left does not believe it's controversial what they did, right? Antagonizing your customers is not controversial. The marketing lady, she wasn't very fratty, but she was out of touch. Because the people who drink beer are men. Women usually drink wine, rosé. They drink cocktails. I mean, if I was with a guy right now, and I would say, hey, let's go drink a bottle of rosé. It sounds weird, doesn't it? It's no, we go out and we drink beer. Right? It's a cultural issue. first and foremost. But it's not just culture, it's everywhere around the world. I don't know why. It's just like a matter of taste, I guess. So like men like beer, okay? Like you cannot go for the wider audience. No. Why the audience? The people that are trans, they're not that many in order to push your sales. But not only that, the majority, you know, like of Gen Zers that happen to be trans, they cannot buy beer. They're underage, you know, like most of them. So like, who the are you marketing to? Like you're upsetting your own consumer base by calling them flabby, out of touch. You know, seriously, like just watch the video where she goes. Like when she talks about the beer, she's so bored. But when she talks about social justice issues, like her eyes light up and she all of a sudden go like, oh, very bizarre. You know, like made me feel uncomfortable. But all of that. You know, all of these things. And then you also had like an army of leftists on Twitter and social media saying it's like, oh, boycotting does nothing. You're so stupid. Oh, you're boycotting. Which antagonized people even further. It was like a chain of events that led up to this. We still don't know, actually, how much their sales are impacted. Because right now we have the stocks. And the stocks is just like the investors' faith in the company. But we do have like anecdotal evidence with places here and there that are saying, well, we're not managing to sell our beer anymore. Not good. So now we have this commercial. Now, in this particular commercial, I cannot play the sound because it's copyright. But what I did notice is a significant lack of diversity. A scary lack of like the only type of commercials that you see like this are in Eastern Europe. I do not know if this person would be considered, but like, if you look at any of their other commercials, they're brimming with diversity. Here, it's very toned down. And there is a little bit, but not a lot. The commercial itself is like people walking in the rain. I don't even understand why you would think it's a good idea. Like it's the most meh commercial that I have ever seen. I do not enjoy being in the rain. Especially with the mod and all of this thing. Like, sure, it can happen, but people aren't happy, you know? Like, the level of fakeness in this commercial is over 9,000. Like, no one likes being in the rain. Especially if it's an event where you're supposed to go out and drink. Like, and it's still winter. Well, it's not winter, it's spring, right? But it's cold outside. Like, no one likes that. You can't spend money out of this, bud. They may stop being the #1 brand of beer in the United States because of this. Their competitors are going to take over. I don't think this is a lesson for other companies though, like unless it happens more. It was like a series of events that caused this, and the targeted demographic of the company is right wing. But due to the nature of the boycott, I would say there's leftists that are boycotting this as well. I do not know if it's because like they're fed up with this particular social issue and they want to send a message, or is it due to the fact that the CEO came out and said that, oh, well, what we did is controversial? I have no idea, but it is a meme at this point. I do not know how else to explain it. It is a meme not to purchase this brand of beer in the United States. I guess like if I was their marketing expert, I would say, all right, well, let's see what other countries you can sell to, because holy shit. Maybe there's some places in Europe that didn't hear about the controversy. Africa might be willing to buy some. China. But I don't think even China would like it. It is, like they got themselves into a pickle. I do not have any advice. Usually I have advice, like I would know how to turn it around. But if you were to hire me at the company and like, V, you need to I wouldn't know how. I'd be like, Jesus, I mean, you done fucked up. It's like, you know, your car is already at the bottom of the lake. How can I get it out? If you put me earlier, I would have steered the wheel so it doesn't go into the lake. But it is now in the lake. What can we do? Anyway, right. I'm going to be very curious to see their sales. I think It's in May, next month. Are they going to have like a sales review? We may see that. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.